Oh my gosh. You notice anything different? I might have solved some of my problems. Yes. Yes, yes. I might have solved some of my problems. Well, we've got this new um we got this new format thing. Oh, I'm swelling a little bit. Yeah, I can tell I'm swelling a little bit. I had some gluten and it does show up around my face and stuff. It's Christmas though. It's very hard to avoid I kind of feel bad telling people, I'm sorry, I can't have your gluten. Um, Although I managed to avoid most of it. Um, but yeah, it's doing a number on me already. I found it. I found it. My hat. I have my hat again. Look. Okay. And you will never guess where I found it. Come on, guess. I'll wait. Guessing? Are you guessing? Are you? You're not guessing. Yeah, you are. Okay. No, 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 no. I found it packed away inside the Christmas tree. Inside the inside the tree. It's like, what was it doing there? I don't know. Did I hang it there just randomly because it looked good or something, and it just got packed in, and I don't know. But here it is. So I have Pam's hat back. Hey, me woman. Hi. I don't even know if anybody will come in tonight. It's Christmas Eve for those, or Christmas night. No, it isn't. It's Christmas night for those of you who don't know, didn't look at the date of this or something, are not going to be here live. This is Christmas night. And I don't have a family, a physical family, blood family, but I just thought I'd take a little time and give my online family a chance to maybe come in if they manage to see this. Hey, Circle K. And, because I would love to be able to have some kind of family over. I am still, the other thing you're going to see is I am now horizontal landscape mode instead of vertical, which is revolutionary now. Plus, even better, I now have, this is going to help so many things. I now actually have access. I have access to being able to show my windows, my other windows. Oh, yes, I can actually do that. It's kind of amazing. I haven't had that for a long time. Let me take this out of here. I was working with nothing for so long, and then I found my old tab. I found my old tab, one that actually does charge and work and everything. And now I can I can back this up a little bit even. Oh, that's nice. Oh dear. It's been so long. Yay! Circle K. I had a nice Christmas. You ate a bunch of spinach and feel like Popeye. Ooh, we better be careful of Circle K. I didn't do anything today except I had some homemade um, chicken pot pie that I made. I don't have family living, so except you guys. That's it. I have friends, but I don't have any family. But my friends were with their families. So I don't, you know, go anywhere usually for Christmas. And it's funny because when I had a house, I was always finding some single person to invite over for Christmas or holiday or whatever. But, for some reason, I guess I feel like Cowboy. It's kind of tickles. Um, for some reason, I don't know. But people are mostly with their blood families, though, at this time of year. So, eh, I'm kind of used to it. I've been to some family Christmas parties that honestly, let's just say the last time I was at a family Christmas party, I was there as a bodyguard, sort of, um, to keep her family. It was with my friend, and it was to keep her family from acting up like they normally do at Christmas because she didn't think they would do it in front of a guest. And it just reminded me of all the things about family Christmas parties. It's a double edged sword. I used to call the holidays. People would sit around yelling at each other. They'd gather around a table to just air out everything that they didn't like about the last year. It was really nasty. I didn't really like it much. I was not a Christmas person, although I'm not any Christmas, but it just wasn't a happy holiday, you know? It wasn't really a happy holiday. So, John's live. Who's John? Oh, John. Okay. I know. I missed it too. I didn't even know he was having one. I was not I was not informed. But I am usually underinformed. I'm lucky if I get anybody's announcements ever. I have to look them up most of the time. Um, Earth's vagina. He was talking about Earth's vagina or something. And he's serious about Jupiter being knocked up. Well, there you go. Well, you have to know John. And Roger, Mudflood University, he's the one that brought up that Jupiter's pregnant. So he's getting that probably from Roger. It was a healing release. That's right. It was a healing release holiday. Me and me woman had a clearing session today. We had a big time clearing session. So we cleared up a lot of stuff. And look, guess what? I am now got a lot of functionality restored for my stream because I can now show you other windows. Amazing. I can now show you other windows. Now I've got to get, this is really new. So again, I mean, I used to have this functionality, but on a phone, it just won't do it. I couldn't, flip to another page without, without things going really wonky and, messing up the stream. So, now I'll be able to do a lot more. Yeah, Max Vision. His was so did he think he found Earth's vagina? I I'm in suspense. Is he thinking that he found Earth's vagina? Okay, I'm gonna let the rest of anybody in. Oh, geez, this is kind of. I got a turtleneck and these turtles. I got a turtleneck on. I feel sorry for turtles. They're not that comfy, but they are warm. So, yeah, I'm limpy today. Oh, well, take me as I am or not at all. Um, I shouldn't have even touched gluten at all, but it was Christmas. You know how that is? Oh, well. I don't think he cares what anyone thinks either. What John thinks. Okay, the idea is that the Eye of Jupiter, this was put forth by Roger at Mud Fossil University, which is another YouTube channel, which the guy is a kind of a weirdo genius. He is kind of a mad genius. And if you haven't seen his channel, you should look up Mud Fossil University. The stuff he puts out is really deep and underappreciated. I think a lot of times he's very underappreciated. Um, but he brings up a lot of things and then he shows you why he feels that way, why he thinks this is so. And he's come up with some pretty interesting stuff. He's come up with many mud fossil finds and a lot of information about what happened during mud floods, which happen on this planet fairly frequently, I guess. So, hey, Merry Christmas. So, John then is John of Max Vision, another channel that we go to and talk. And apparently, see, Roger has this idea that Saturn's eye is actually a vagina because in the old stories, it looks like Venus came from there. Venus actually was not always where it is now. When it came by Earth, it did. There was basically a holocaust on the planet when it came screaming by Earth. The magnetic field and the gravitational field and everything got all wonky and caused a lot of havoc on Earth and wiped out some species. And now it looks like Jupiter may be knocked up again. And Jupiter's eye is actually a vagina. Now that's his hypothesis because it is changing. It is no longer the same as it was. There's things occurring in there that are different than it's been for a long, 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 long time. So that's what's going on with that theory. And by the way, Meowy Christmas from me and Cowboy. Cowboy is he still past? He was here for a while, but now he's passed out from Christmas dinner. So he's just kind of passed out. He's already zonked out of the party. Yeah, I don't know. Does Earth have a vagina? Well, Earth is said to be female, and therefore I would say, yeah, but where it is or what it would be like, I'm not sure. But if John thinks he might have found it, well, who am I to disagree, as the song says? Who am I to disagree? I've traveled the world in the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Apparently, John's looking for Earth's vagina. Ain't that just like a man? Am I being sexist when I say, ain't that just like a man? I think that was my grandmother just flying by. Yeah, Jupiter did get hit by a comet. Yeah, a while back. Insemination. Could be. We don't know how these things happen with planets, do we? I mean, they're life forms like us, but they're way different than us, right? I mean, we know they are life forms, obviously. They communicate and have thought. I mean, you can talk to them and they can, or actually, mine speak with them and they can speak back. So they are living beings. So why not? Living beings do reproduce, however. This can be very worrisome. Very worrisome for us because, like I said, the last time this happened, something like this happened, was Venus. And that was not good for this planet, not good for the surface people. And we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ah, yes. Wish you a Meowy Christmas. I had to do a little picture of Cowboy there. Him with his kitty goodies. Ah. So, anyway, I'm going to play my intro. Then I'm going to see what other kinds of trouble. And oh, another thing, I'm putting this through the Brave browser, which is completely different from Chrome. So I wasn't even sure this was going to work, but it seems to be working better. So from here on in, we're probably putting it through the Brave browser. Yes, peace on earth. Not piss on earth, but peace on earth, right? Or not pieces of earth, but peace on earth. Okay. I'm going to play the intro if I can figure out how to do it. Oh dear. Whoa. Everything's in a different place. Oh boy. Okay. I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay. Be right back. As the intro. So, let me get back to chat. Hello. It's working kind of slow. Well, season's greetings, Olin. We're glad that you did stop in. It's nice to see my online family. Sleep well and dream well. And hope to see you again. Hope things are getting better for your daughter and you. Your daughter's okay? Good. We've been sending Olin some energy for his daughter. She had pneumonia. Not very fun at all for Christmas. Wasn't exactly the best Christmas gift ever. Deep in the woo. The woo is strong in this one. I'm trying to do them. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Anyway. Mommy's cursing again. Okay. What I'm trying to do. Maybe twitch my nose. It's not working. Not Samantha. So, I'm just going to make the usual disclaimer. We're a bunch of experiencers here. Most of us are experiencers. So be nice to the experiencers. It's hard to be one. You're not going to get usually fame and fortune from it, just the reverse. Usually you're going to lose fame and fortune and maybe a few other things. A few other things you find precious. So be kind to each other, please. And try to understand each other. That's one thing I ask. Just be kind to each other. And don't take offense at every little damn thing, okay? Please. I get really tired of that. I see it in the world, but that doesn't mean we have to do it here. Let's give everybody the benefit of a doubt, okay? And there's Cowboy. Ow! There's my boy. Wait, let me see if I can turn it so you can see him without collapsing everything. Come here, baby. Yes, my little boy is here now. He must have heard that Mommy was missing him. There's my baby. Here's my baby Mew Cake. There he is, wondering what Mommy's doing. He says, "Are you doing that again? Are you going to pet me?" Now, chances are he's going to turn his butt to the camera because he's a cat. Cats and dogs are really big on that. Okay, there you go. He turned his back on us because he wants me to rub his belly. Here's my little guy. Now he's happy. Mom's rubbing his belly. All is right with the world. He's had his treats, his chicken and giblets, wet food, and he's ready for. He's all in now. He's gonna get his petting. Anyway, yeah, he's purr 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 purr. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he came in after we did that and said she is better, and came home from the hospital. So she is better. This stuff works, you know. Sandy Claus is watching you. Okay. Sandy Claus is watching you. I have to write that one. I did write another one though. Okay, I got the whole thing this time. Wait. Let me find it because now I can use my phone to find things. And it's Klaus is watching. Klaus is watching you. That's what I call this. You better look out. You'd better think twice. He's tuning in to your smart device. Old Klaus Schwab is looking in on you. If you are sad, we'll put you on drugs. You love owning nothing and eating bugs. Old Klaus Schwab is spying in on you. He sees you in the bedroom. He sees you in the loo. He sees you nearly everywhere you go. I'd be careful if I were you. So you better watch out. You better behave. You better act like a good little slave. Old Klaus Schwab is looking in on. Klaus the Knob is looking in on. Old Klaus Schwab is spying on you. Now, Merry Christmas. I don't know how good my accent was. I should have practiced a little more, maybe. But at least Cowboy is not watching through your smart device. But he is a cat. He has supernatural powers. Whoa! It moved. That's what I get for leaning on it. So, anyway, yeah, me woman and I had a Christmas clearing party where we cleared a lot of things, and I expect a lot of things are going to clear up now. That's the way it goes. Okay, you're going to go make dinner now? Yeah, I'm probably not going to be on a whole long time because it's, you know, I just wanted to put out something tonight because it's my usual night to put something out. And usually I would be doing cards or something, and I just am not going to do that. I'm going to do that tomorrow. So we're going to have cards tomorrow. We're going to have probably, I don't know, some kind of discussion on Wednesday. And New Year, I don't know what the heck's going on New Year yet. But if we can have a show, we'll try having one around New Year. Try having shows on New Year and things. Yep. Every second things are cleaning up. Okay. So anyway, I just thought, oh yeah, the other little song I'm working on is Here We Are at Christmas Time. Wait. Here we are at Christmas time. Pass the beer and pass the wine. We're tired, we're wired, looking to unwind. Get dinner on, let's not forget. The turkey hasn't quite thawed yet. I'm tired, I'm wired, ready to unwind. Christmas time means many things. Christmas gifts have many strings. Money flies away on wings at Christmas time. From a Charlie Brown Christmas. So that used to be my Christmas. It's not anymore. And if Klaus Schwab is looking, mind your business. Mind your business, Klaus. Mind your business. What makes you think you should be able to see us all? Naughty. You're a naughty boy. You're going to get coal in your... I hope you got... Well, coal is actually too useful. Coal is actually something useful that there are people in Europe that would love coal in their stocking. A stocking full of coal would be a good thing. A stocking full of coal would be a good gift. At least you could keep warm. You don't even give them that. See how you are. You're a very bad boy. You people are very bad. Naughty, naughty, naughty. You don't get Santa, you get the Krampus. Krampus for you. That's so Christmassy. Krampus. Oh, I almost did a Krampus show. I'm still considering post-Christmas doing Krampus, but it's not going to be as relevant. I really should have done a Krampus show, but next year we'll be more ready for it. People are really embracing Krampus. That just shows you how people are these days. They're just, I don't know, man. Krampus is like, oh boy. It's like the children's fairy tales. They're awful. They used to scare the bejesus out of kids, traumatize them daily. That's what they did to kids. That was considered a good thing to do to children. Traumatize them every moment. Spare the rod, spoil the child. And, there were actually books saying you need to beat your kids every day to keep them good, whether they did anything or not, just to make them good, you know? And I mean, the old fairy tales were extremely grisly and gruesome. They weren't, PG, what we'd consider PG at all. They make Freddy look like a nice guy, a pretty chill fella. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, very chill compared to some of the villains and some of the things that happened to the villains in the old fairy tales. We might have a show on fairy tales. And there's no doubt that some people were not, well, let's just put it this way. In Europe, there are a lot of people that are actually afraid of fairy folk. Fairy folk are not cute little things, helpful things. To them, fairy folk are to be feared. Bad stuff can happen if you anger the fairies. I mean, they will actually reroute roads and replan buildings and stuff to avoid angering the fairies. So that gives you some idea. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we'll try it. We'll try it, me woman. Um, I will get back with you tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day off for a lot of people. Uh, well, since most New Year's revolutions actually fail, I'm just going to say I'm going to give it a try. And if it's working, great. I'm going to give this yoga that Me Woman is proposing. She wants an accountability partner, and I might do that. I'm thinking that probably is a good idea. Um, it can be um, very beneficial yoga, and yeah. Oh, couch Pilates. Hey, that sounds good. Couch Pilates. That's Pilates. Yes. I might actually do that. And some other stuff too. Well, I don't really make New Year's resolutions because they don't usually go that well, but I do have a tendency to use the energy of the newness of the time to um, make intentions. So I'll probably make I've been making some intentions to get well, to feel better, to improve my health and other things, improve everything, basically self-improvement. I have made a commitment to self-improvement, let's put it that way. Well, Me Woman doesn't live anywhere near me. We're doing this over the internet. So you want to join us? You're welcome, I guess. You want to do it right along with us? We can get together on we're on WhatsApp right now. If you want to get on WhatsApp and be part of that, I suppose that's cool. I'll ask Me Woman if she wants to do that. She wants another partner. Because honestly, we can probably all use it. I don't know if I said this the last time I was on, but I actually went to a party, a Christmas party, and ate the stuff that other people eat around here. Now I know why they're all freaking constipated, complaining of being constipated. Jeez, they eat horribly. I mean, really, and they don't even know it. To them, they probably are eating healthy. They think they're eating healthy. They think they're doing the right thing. I'm looking at it going, and what I did eat, oh, I paid for it the next day. So, yeah, my tummy was not happy. So basically, not being on the SAD diet, standard American diet, yeah, it makes a difference. And now my body is just not having any of the other kind of thing. It's just not going to do it. It's like, no, don't even try. Girl, we're not even going to let you get by with that. You got a weird slight case of agoraphobia? I kind of do too. Well, actually, no, you know what? I'm not afraid of the outside. I don't like crowds, you know? So, Christmas parties more than just a few people or gatherings more than just a few people, they're okay for a short time. For a short time, maybe an hour or maybe a little more, but not much beyond that. I get and if they're too big, it gets uncomfortable for me. I can do it, but I have to get into performer mode so that I can, because in performer mode there is like an invisible wall between me and everybody else. And I guess that's why I'm guessing. That's why it makes it easier. But then I get funny and then I put on my humorous um, persona, my humorous, charming, but it's really, out of nervousness a lot of times. Either that or I get very, very quiet. Oh, you want to visit Death Valley on the way home from Vegas road trip tomorrow? That's very cheerful for Christmas. Mom, can I visit Death Valley for Christmas? Why, sure. That sounds like a cheerful place. Hey, Richard. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this stream, is to just give people a chance to stop by and say Meowy Christmas. Cowboy already said Meowy Christmas and then turned his back to us, which is like a cat. Where'd you go? Did you take off again? He took off again. He came up to get his belly rubbed and be on camera a minute or two, and then he took off again. Oh, during the winter? Well, I guess Death Valley does get cold, doesn't it? Ew. That could be, yeah, that could be chilly. Ooh, Circle K, that sounds nice. A galaxy pendant. I've seen those. Just might not be the best time of year, but that doesn't really mean that it's going to be anything bad. Let me see if there's anything I can do about this light. It's bright enough, but it's too bright. I wish it was a more natural color. It's too blue. But better than, oh yeah, because then it would be really, really hot, wouldn't it? Yeah, really, really, really hot. How's your bears, Lewis? Richard, you doing any riding for Christmas? Star Wars Canyon. Oh, yeah. It's always too hot or too cold. There's nothing to mitigate temperature there. Yeah. In the desert, you can remember your name because there ain't no one for to give you no pain. Unless you go with your family. Then, then they might be, but it's up to you. No, it's oh, yeah, that'd be nice, huh? Your bears are hibernating. Good. Good. They need some rest, huh? They'll see you in the spring. What is going on with the lighting? I swear it does this when I'm on stream. The lighting does really weird things, and I'm not changing anything. Yeah, the lighting comes and goes. Let's see. I wonder if I can see my aura again. Not too well tonight. I did, though, one time. It was really obvious. It was very weird. You were out in the storm yesterday, Richard. Right in the storm. Um, how was the storm over there? Over here, let me tell you, lots of pileups. We had pileups on the interstate. We had people not able to get up hills, sliding off roads because we had freezing rain and glare ice, and people tried to travel anyway. Now, see, if it was me, I would say, let's have a video conference party. Because, it's like it ain't worth it. Unless you haven't seen people in years or something, but if it's people you see all the time, let's make it another day. I'm sorry. If it's going to be that crappy out and dangerous, is it really a good idea? But hey, if you want to stick it out and do that, that's your thing. hmm So you ride year round. Wow, you're brave. I don't know if your storm was anything like our storm, but ours was ice, and it's like I don't know how anybody would get a motorcycle up and down the streets. This is the kind of weather that when I lived up on the hill, we lived up near an overpass up the hill, and we would watch cars trying to get up the hill. It was a pretty big hill. And we would watch cars try to make it up the hill in this weather. And making it up the hill was no small feat. Not everybody did it. Not everybody could do it. People would slide down, slide off the road. It's like people would actually bet on who was going to make it up the hill, who was going to slide off the road. And woe be to you if you have a manual transmission in those conditions. That's one of the reasons I gave up manual transmissions. It's just if something goes wrong with your manual transmission in that kind of a situation, you're toast. Halfway up that hill, this is a big hill. I mean, really big. It's roller coaster type hill. I mean, it's the kind that you cannot see the bottom of the hill as you're going up the hill. You can see the air, you can see the sky, you can't see the land, you know, except whatever's on either side of you. That kind of hill. And then when you get to the crest of the hill, it's like, whoa! So in summer, it's not too bad, but in winter, it's like, ah! White knuckles all the way, you know? So like hoping and praying you get really religious and start praying, oh God, please help me make it to the bottom without killing myself and without smashing into anybody and without killing anybody, without cracking my car up. And, you know, you only do that once if you're smart. You only try that hill on ice one time if you're smart. After that, you either get better, you know, you either get chains and stuff on your tires or just go around some other way, find some other way. Oh, when the weather was wild. Yeah, Richard. Oh, Richard has 3 Harleys. Yeah, it was so slippery here. It's like I didn't even want to walk. So they had, and I mean, we didn't just, from what I hear, it wasn't just a small pile up, a few cars. It was a lot of cars. It was like 80 cars and semis and delivery trucks of all kinds. And it was just the biggest mess. It was a real mess. So people got hurt. I don't know, still don't know what the figures are on it. I haven't really wanted to look. It's going to be depressing. Oh, you got a real rain. See, we got freezing rain. And when we get freezing rain and then snow here in Ohio, and then temperatures below, way below zero, then it's like you can't force me to go out on that. I'm not, yeah, pray nobody died. I know, it's freaking dangerous. Imagine being caught in that. Even if you're okay, the guy behind you maybe not. Might rear end you right into a truck or something. I mean, that's what was happening is, uh, you know, when one of those types of accidents starts happening, when a pileup starts, in that kind of weather, it's very hard to stop it. It's like a train wreck. Yeah. So, yeah, hope, and I'm there like, oh gosh, I hope everybody's, I hope nobody died, but I didn't look yet. Maybe I'll let you know tomorrow what happened with that. I thought it was too depressing, though. It's like I didn't want to be depressed. You got to be careful. The weather is nothing to mess with. If you're not sure of your vehicle, not sure of your abilities, it can get you. Now, me, I've lived here all my life, or well, most of my life. I lived in New Orleans a little while, but most of my life I've been up here. I taught my car to ski. I taught my car to ice skate. I knew how to do that. Knew how to handle my car. I was very good at it. Had to be because I was working a job where you traveled a lot. So that was my paycheck. So, I mean, I remember one time I was traveling to a gig and it was getting dark and, because it gets dark early and the snow was coming down and it was like you remember that show Buck Rogers, the part where it's at the end where you're going through a wormhole or something and the stars are coming by you or you're traveling through space and it's got the stars coming at you and going off to the side and you're like you're going through the stars, right? You know that it looked like that. It was kind of cool actually because it was dark and there was almost nobody on the road. So all I could see was what the headlights was illuminating and some of the street lights, but it was like the snow was bright then, like stars, and it was like I was going through space. It was really kind of cool, actually. You're hip to cold. You lived in Chicago. Oh, Chicago. I've been to Chicago. Oh my God. Chicago. Yeah, I've been to Chicago. The wind will blow you into the next dimension. Oh, good night, Richard. You have a really nice night. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Dream well when you do. Yeah, this is just like, it gets insanely cold sometimes, but not as cold as Canada. Canada gets much worse, much colder. I've been to Canada during a blizzard time, and really you want to just pull up the snow and bury yourself in it because at least then that would stop the cutting cold wind because it's warmer than the wind. The wind is really cutting. It's like, holy cow, my face, I can't feel my face. And it isn't even for any fun reason. Remember the old days? I can't feel my face. Yeah, only this is like really cold. I mean, this is the kind of cold that makes you feel like your face is going to crack off. So I'm just fine, me and Cowboy. And my apartment is freezing though. I'm so glad I got Cowboy. I mean, my furry water bottle has not failed me. Fortunately, he's keeping me warm, but honestly, it's just been brutal here for the last few days. And now it feels like my back room feels warm, but the rest of the place, it feels like it's blowing cold air. I'm I'm gonna have to call management or something because this can't keep going on. Used to be the other way. The back room was frigid and the other two rooms were okay, but this time it's different. This time the back room is toasty warm. And the rest of the place is freezing. This is not good. Crazy dream visiting a store calling it Defying Gravity. Defying Gravity. That's a good name for a store, I guess. Good thing you didn't get transported to us. You know what I think about when I had flying dreams? I would I remember thinking about this because I mean I was science kid. I worried that I was going to go too far up into the atmosphere and there wouldn't be enough to breathe and maybe I wouldn't come back down. Oh no. Will there be enough air up there? Yeah. I don't know why. I was probably being abducted at the time. Those are a lot of times those are abduction dreams. Sometimes they're out of body dreams, but sometimes you're being abducted. That's why you're seeing that. If they abducted me in this cold, I really would be upset. It's like, you better take me right on board the ship because it's freaking cold out there. I'll turn into a person sickle before you can get me in the ship otherwise. Hops on a witch's broom. Right. Oh my goodness. Mm. Yeah, I gotta tell him. It's blowing dust. My sorry, can't breathe. Yeah, it's blowing dust around in here. I keep turning purple on my monitor. When I go back like this, I'm suddenly looking purple on the monitor. I'll be purple until I come up like this. It's really weird. Here's Diane. Yep. So, anyway, I didn't get exactly any Christmas presents, except, like I said, me woman and me were doing clearings. That was nice because let me tell you, it really makes you feel good. Maybe I'll do a few before we leave. But first, let's do this because it feels so good. Close your eyes for just a few minutes here. And now expand yourself. You can expand yourself and expand yourself. Just feel the boundaries and then expand your boundaries. Expand yourself and expand yourself and expand yourself. Out past the bounds of Earth, out past Jupiter, out past Mars, out past the sun, out past Pluto, out past our solar system, out into the galaxy, and then really big. Just keep going until it starts to feel really comfortable. Then once you're really comfortable expanding yourself like that, you get all the kinks out and all the wrinkles out and smooth yourself out, then you can, then you stop and you just kind of enjoy the way it feels to not be trying to squeeze yourself into a tiny little avatar body. Then I want you to take your chakras and move them. Now sit straight up. Sit your little Abby right up straight as you can get it. And press all your chakras back to your spine. And that will align them at least on the vertical axis, okay? And then imagine yourself lining them up perfectly on your spine. Imagine them just snapping into a perfect position on your spine. Okay, and then you should feel a lot better. I always do. Yes. Okay. That's actually pretty good. Okay. I think probably for New Year's I'll do a clearings show. We'll clear all of our old stuff out for the new year. Hey, Lovey. Oh, you felt a tug by an invisible force. Well, hi, glad you joined us. I was debating whether or not it was even worth having a show tonight because honestly, I figured everybody'd be either in a food coma or maybe plots, two plots, you know, or busy with family stuff. I don't know, but I didn't know even if anybody would be on tonight. But it is our usual night, so I decided to come in and see who'd show up anyway. and be with my online family. Sure. Yeah, worn out. Yeah. I just sang that song. Here we are at Christmas time. Pass the beer and pass the wine. I'm tired, I'm wired, ready to unwind. Get food on, but don't forget the turkey isn't quite thawed yet. I'm tired, I'm wired, ready to unwind. Christmas time means many things. Christmas gifts have many strings. Money flies on wings on Christmas. Charlie Brown Christmas. Yep, that's what I always heard from that song. No problem. I've got it. Now let me calibrate it. Show me yes. Okay, stop. Show me no. Okay, stop. I go by D Ocean on this channel, right? Okay. I have a pet dog right here, but no, I don't. Okay, great. Seems to be working just fine. Now, what's your question? What's your question, Circle K? Well, what else have we got to do? It's Christmas. Nobody can make us do anything. We can even be bad little kids. So, what's the question? Remembering that it has to be yes or no. It's not really very good for anything but yes or no. It's very hard to get anything else out of a pendulum. Although there are ways to do that. I'm not very skilled with it. I'm trying to get good at it. Once I do, then I'll present it. But I've got the right pad for it. But my question for the pendulum is the spirit I am seeing friendly like Casper. Okay. Well, we're going to put it, try to put it in positive terms every time. And yes, no. So, question, is the spirit Louis Ta is seeing, is it a friendly one? Pendulum says yes. Okay, stop. Is it a relative or someone who knows him? Yes, very much so. Stop. Okay, it is somebody who knows you. Is this then a past friend or relative? Yes, a friend or relative who passed away. Is it a friend? No, not exactly. Is it a relative that passed? Yes. Okay. It's one of your relatives that passed. Okay. Does that help? Okay. You can be vague. It may be vague too. Okay. Circle K's question. Does Circle K have anything to worry about concerning the thing you've been intuitively worried about? Uh-oh. Yes. Sorry. Hard to get it in a comfortable position where I'm going to lean my arms so I'm not moving it myself. Okay, yeah, this might work. Maybe this will work. It's kind of hard to. Okay. Okay, Lewis, so you've got nothing to worry about with yours. Okay, stop. But Circle K does have something that to be concerned with. Uh-oh, yes you do. Right. Okay, now it's saying no to something. Was somebody asking a question in their mind? Because whatever you were asking, it's saying no. So if you have somebody was asking a question, saying no. Okay. And I had kind of a thing with somebody over this week, but this person has been causing some problems on other shows too. And the answer is no. It's saying no, 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 no. I haven't even asked the question yet, but it does not like that. Okay, so stop, 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 stop. The question is, should I just totally freaking forget about this person that's causing the problem? Just totally. That's what I was thinking too. Is I tried to make it right with them, but no way. It's like, okay, you're a freaking psychopath. You're a narcissist, apparently, or something. So sorry. I'm not going to chase you to be a friend. And really, friendship is all it would have been. Because I'm doing fine the way I am. You go all 007. Yeah, back and forth like the. Okay, here, let me show you. Show me, okay, stop. Show me yes. See? Show me no. Okay. Show me not yet. Show me it's just a maybe. Show me it's a maybe. Okay. Forward, clockwise is maybe. Counterclockwise. Or how about wrong question? Clarify. Okay. Counterclockwise. Clarify the question. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's very easy to learn. And like I said, this is how you calibrate it. I'll teach you right now, give you a free lesson. This is how you calibrate it. Show me yes. First, you ask for your guidance. You ask for your angels to be around you, Angels attend me. Angels make sure that nothing can influence this reading except my own higher self and true wisdom. Don't let anything evil or negative influence this reading. And you think, okay, I'm contacting my higher self, my deeper self, my larger self, whatever you want to call it, God. And I do my larger self because sometimes people will argue with you, well, which God? My higher self is connected to God. So, no, it's not anything like, so this is not an open channel. Not at all. This is a direct channel. This is a direct line. Okay? See? That's different. Different than, say, a Ouija board. And I do my tarot the same way. It's not an open channel to anybody. Right. See, it's saying yes. It's not an open channel. Okay. So, no is that way. Okay. Reword the question as counterclockwise. And maybe, or how about we'll call it maybe. Or actually, you're also saying that for maybe. Okay. Just when it spins in a circle, it's like, it's not going to give you a yes or a no. Okay. And a lot of times when it spins in a circle like that, it's charging up. A lot of people call that charging. Yeah. It's like it's charging up. You see how it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And you see me not moving my hand, but it's getting stronger and stronger. See? Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Yeah. So you can do that. You can ask for a direct channel. In fact, if I were ever to do the Ouija again or anything like that, I would do it that way. I would be asking my higher self questions, not any random thing. I wouldn't be asking for just any old random thing to come by. No. It would be a direct channel to something or someone. Yeah, that's probably the only way I'd do it. Okay, so I'm sure that can be arranged. I mean, I would say if you would do it that way, then it would probably be safe. It would be fine to do that. But just to have an open channel to anybody, not me. Nope. I'm sorry Pam didn't make it in. I found her hat. The Pam I Am hat. You're okay, so you're sensitive to some crystals, yeah. You know what? Sometimes I'll go to those gym shows and it'll just exhaust me. It's like there's so much, like it's like I'm being bombarded with so much energy. You know, it's like at first it's great. It's like, whoa, and then it's like, oh, this is a lot. It's a lot to process. So, yeah. Gee, this sweater really looks blue on this monitor. I put it on because it's actually kind of a pine green, according to the crayon box. Remember how pine green kind of looked bluish? So it's kind of a blue-green. Well, it looks really blue on this monitor. Hmm. Yeah, some crystals are very harsh energy to, and very wild energy, like moldavite. My first piece of moldavite. First time somebody dropped a moldavite into my hand. Yikes! Yeah, I can get overcharged too. That can happen. Oh boy. So, any other questions? Since I got the pendulum warmed up. Let's see if it's willing to answer anything. Is next year going to be better than this year for the humanity? Yes, definitely. I'm feeling that too. That next year is going to be better. Okay. And by the way, this is lapis. And it's a stone that encourages psychism. The Egyptians used it. Okay, so next year's going to be better. Are we finally going to see some of these bad guys get their just desserts? And it's still continuing to say, yes, we are. Stop. Stop. Are we finally going to get the good technology like the med beds starting to come out? Yes. The advanced technology is going to start. Wait, spinning in a circle. I worded the question wrong, okay? Because I changed it, didn't I? So, are we going to see things like the med bed become available to people? Yes. Yes, we are. Okay. Yep, this is lapis. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Moldavite's crazy, isn't it? Energy. Yeah, okay. So, next question. Are we going to see Joe go away next year? Are we going to see Joe leave office? All of next year, Joe is going to be in office? Okay. Is he ever going to? Oh, now the thing is shivering. Wow, if you could see it from my angle, the thing is shivering. Is there something dark holding that? It can't tell me. It's the wrong question. Okay. Are we going to have a change of administration at all? Yes. I don't understand how that's going to happen. Was Joe ever legally in office? Let's put it that way. It's not answering. Wrong question. Okay, I know. It's going to give me trouble with that one. Probably saving my butt in some way. Yeah. The size of a candy bar. Holy crap! Moldavite? That's big enough to blow your ass away, honey. Yeah, it is. It's where it'd be worth thousands. I've never held one that big. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, jeez. That would be something. Okay, any more questions? Will the economy go any better next year? Will it be any better? Yes. Okay, so the economy might look a bit better by next year, or no, wait, during next year. We haven't said by next year. Okay, so the economy's going to get a little better. No, it's not, but it's going to look better. It's going to look better, but it's not going to be better. Oh no. You know what that means, probably. Are they going to do something screwy like just print a lot more money or something to make it look better? Pull some kind of trick to make it look better? But actually, it's going to be crappy. It's going to be even worse. God. Is our country going to have any shreds left of? Are we going to be okay by the end of this 4-year term of this current administration? Yes. Are we going to have something come along to help us before the next term? No. We're going to have to wait out this term so far. We're just going to have to ride the storm out. Sorry, another 2 years of crap. Another 2 years of this crap. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So that timeline hasn't changed yet. It's still looking crappy for the next year, but things are. Looks like we're going to have something left by the time it's all over, but. And then, let's see. As of right now, on the current timeline, Donald is going to be our president again. Okay. And remembering what happened last time, Biden's going to be our president again. No. Okay, that finally gets settled. Anybody else going to be our president? Somebody else is going to be our president, not Donald, not Biden. No. Not DeSantis either. Nope. Donald's going to be president again, looks like. Right. Better be careful. Antagonize who? Looks like right now Donald's going to be president. I don't know why, and I don't know how. I don't exactly know how that's going to happen. And Biden is okay. Is Biden going to get a second term? No, not at all. Nope, definite no on Biden is what it's saying. Right now, Biden's out of the race. Which it sounds like he is anyway, because it's sounding like they're not going to try and do that. He's got just too much going on with him. If he makes it through this term, he's going to be really lucky. Basic thinking. What's basic thinking? Antagonize with politics. No. No, I just ask every now and then to see where we're going. Yeah, I choose none of the above. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Okay. Going to end up with Kamala Harris. No. Mm-mm. Thank God. Phew. That'd be even worse, I think. Yeah, I don't want any of them. But there you go. You know, that's it. We need a new system. We really do. It's broke. This is a broken system. It's true. Yeah, well, the thing is, at one time, Bernie sounded pretty good, but then the more I hear, the less I like him now. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I really don't want to. I don't want to. I'm not trying to antagonize anybody, really. I don't really like politics that well. I really don't. But I know that what we got right now is not good. I'm just trying to see if there's any daylight coming. And it looks like there is, but not maybe the way we think. Oh, the kids gave you a piece of Moldavite. Well, I know somebody who came from a socialist country. My friend Jolanis from Poland. Problem is, it frequently turns right into communism. So, socialism, I don't know. I don't go for that either. I'm not sure what I go for. I'm not sure what I want. Well, I kind of like, I'll tell you what I like. I do like the kind of thing that Michael Tellinger talks about, which is contributionism. Contributionism is different from socialism. You have a responsibility to put up 4 hours of your time to keep up the infrastructure of the society, and the rest is all yours. Anything you make or do after that is all yours. So it's not socialism, not communism, it's contributionism. That might work. Because everybody can probably come up with 4 hours of something that they can do to keep up the infrastructure of the culture. In which case, then everybody is contributing something. Everybody gets the benefits of that, which is uh, in his model, which is free heating, free electric, free a lot of freebies basically. It's like if you do your part to keep up the infrastructure for these models, you get them free. And then whatever you, for the basic infrastructure, you get free. Now, Denmark is trying something out kind of like that, different though. Denmark's trying out where they take almost 50% of all your earnings. However, you get everything free, all kinds of things free. You get, I mean, everything: heat, lights, electricity, medicine, hospital stays, TV, everything, everything. Like school, higher education, everything. Your home, everything is free, except they take 49% of your income. But the rest you can do whatever you want with. But having no bills, see, the thing is, you don't have any electric bills, you don't have any any gas bills, you don't have any TV bills, you don't have any, you don't have to pay for school, you don't have to pay for very much at all of anything. So then whatever profit you make is all yours. That's what they're playing with right now. That's what they're trying out. Hmm. Yeah. So that's Denmark, from what I hear, from what it looks like. Now I don't know. I'm not from Denmark. We'd have to ask Justin in case that about that, how it's panning out for him, because he's from Denmark. He's in Denmark now. So next time he comes in, we'll ask him. So how is that working out, Justin? Is it really working? So yeah, but Michael Tellinger's contributionism, that might work. It might work. It's working so far. Last I heard, he's got a village going with that. He's got a village going by contributionism. And he says, and people always say the same thing: who's going to shovel the shit? Right? And what he always tells them is, you would be surprised how many people would gladly trade 4 hours of that rather than trying to work two jobs. And then your mate has to work too, your spouse has to work too, just to keep up maybe 2 or 3 kid family, right? And to be constantly running a rat race with bills and everything. It's like, you'd be surprised. Most people say, well, I could put up with 4 hours of anything if that's all I ever had to do. There are people who do that anyway for a lot less gain. So, yeah, he says that's no problem. There are people doing it. I mean, by the time you get your stuff free from doing that, you get all of your utilities and your housing and everything free from doing that, then you have a heck of a lot of money left over. The rest of your money is all yours, and you can go out and do whatever you want, improve your life, whatever you want with it. You can add extra solar paneling or whatever you want to do to your house to make more, uh, make yourself more efficient or whatever. And add high speed internet or whatever. I don't know what they're giving people over there. I don't know what the whole thing is. I don't know what the particulars are. But he was saying pretty much all of your basic needs are met for 4 hours. 4 hours of work. He says that's 400 man hours. 400 man hours or woman hours, person hours, is adequate to run a 100-person village. And I don't know if it would work scaled up and scaled down. I don't know if they've tried that yet. Haven't heard. But anyway, yeah, it removes your worldly stress. That's the thing. That's Michael Tellinger. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, he talks all about South Africa. We know somebody from South Africa. That's Marilena. By the way, Wyon reported that there was a huge explosion in South Africa. It was a tanker explosion. People said it sounded like a bomb. And many, many people were hurt. So we need to pray for people in South Africa and send them love because many, many people were hurt in a big explosion over there. Michael Tellinger with an E. Tell, like William Tell. Michael Tellinger, but the rest of it's right. Yeah, South Africa had a very big disaster. And I guess it really screwed up. It was going under a bridge at the time, so the bridge went out too. Many people were injured. It was terrible. And the people who were around for that said it sounded just like a bomb going off. And they were, they didn't know, did the bomb just drop or something? Scary. And people were actually, things were catching fire. It looked awful. They had some footage of it. You can see it on Wyon. Gravitas. Yeah, Michael Tellinger. He talks about all kinds of things in South Africa, all kinds of woo things too. And you know what? We need to bring up some of his stuff in this channel, I think. It's about time that I introduce everybody to Michael Tellinger because he's really very cool. I like him. He ran for office, but he didn't win, of course. He was too honest. He strikes me as being way too honest to ever win in politics. But yeah, very interesting guy, has some very good ideas, has gone really in depth into the artifacts that he has found. He says there are artifacts literally in Africa, there are artifacts lying around everywhere. There are mud fossils everywhere, huge ones. He found a huge, he said every time he would drive past this one structure, supposed to be a natural structure, he'd say, yeah, it looks like a foot. And then when he learned about the mud fossil theory and he really looked at it, it's like, by George, it looks like a freaking fossilized foot. And it's a great big structure. This person would have been a giant. And he found these little cones. They may be how they levitated the stones for the pyramids, because the boys who spied on the builder of Coral Castle saw him holding something like that and moving stones with it. So, and he has a bunch of them, and they were all over the place. So when people say we never found the tools, well, maybe we have, but we just didn't know what we were looking at. What if those are the tools? And we just don't know how to use them. We wouldn't know they were tools, would we? Right. Mm-hmm. So he's found a bunch of them. He finds them all over there, littered all over the area. And these structures that people try to say they're cattle corrals, and he's saying there isn't any entrance or exit or anything. They're not foundations for houses. They can't be a cattle corral. There's no way to let the creatures in or out. How are you going to do that? It's ridiculous. He says, no, this is something else. He thinks it might have been like a kymatic. They resemble kymatic patterns. You know anything about kymatics? It might have actually been caused by particular vibration, particular sound wave. So right. So, yeah, there are tools. There are probably tools lying around all over Egypt too, but people didn't recognize what they were because they just look like ice cream cone shaped stones. That's all they look like. And if that's what they used, people would look at that and just go, "Eh," you know, there you go. The mystery of where the heck are the tools? Yeah, we've forgotten how to do that. However, Tibetan monks have not. And maybe that's why the Chinese government is tearing down so many monasteries. The Chinese government has raided a lot of Tibetan monasteries. Why? Because the Tibetan monks have managed to preserve some of our information on how to be on our true abilities and how to access them. That's what I think. China, the people who govern China, I have nothing against Chinese people. I want to say that right away. Chinese people themselves, I have absolutely nothing against, and I actually have nothing but respect and pity that they have to go through all this, that they have to live in this way under this regime. I have absolutely nothing but, you know, I have disdain for their leadership treating them like it does. The leadership is off. It doesn't care about its people. It's so I'm sorry. I'm not down with the leadership, although my heart goes out to the people. Yeah. Well, actually, I'll keep my heart in my chest, but I'll tell you what, my my healing thoughts go out to those people that they get a better situation somehow in this life. Because I would hate to be there. I would hate to be living there. I'm so glad I didn't pick that place. Yes. Right. There's a rumor that the guy who built Coral Castle used the same things. When some boys were spying on him, they saw him holding something that looked like two ice cream cones. That's what it looked like to them. Well, guess what? Michael Challenger has found that all over South Africa. If that was what the workers were using, it would be littered all over South Africa, wouldn't it? Wouldn't there be pieces all over the place of that? Yes, and there are. But nobody's really been looking into that in Africa. So they haven't been cleaning up. So Smithsonian hasn't been able to clean it all up. Africa's pretty big, you know. Trying to do a thorough cleanup of Africa is probably pretty tough. So we have more chance of finding stuff in somewhere like Africa, maybe the Amazon basin. That's another place because they haven't been able to get into there as much. So we'll see. We may have some answers answered this next year or so. We'll probably know more about that. Hmm. In 2020, and they heard they found two new minerals, and the piece was sent to China to find a buyer. Yeah, looking for Agartha. Yeah, Agartha, mysterious and much, much sought after Agartha. Well, yeah, I mean, the Amazon is very wild still. But as they're cutting down the forests, unfortunately, it's a horrible thing that they are. We really need those forests, but as they are cutting down the forest, they're finding the ruins of many cities, huge cities. So if we can get there before the Smithsonian does, if somebody can get there before the Smithsonian does to tell us what they're finding, that would be nice. But, the Smithsonian is going to go down there and clean up, keep us from finding out. Oh, your birthday's in 7 minutes, Lovey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lovey Love. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Okay, go get spanked now. Hopefully by someone who loves you. Yeah, and as we find these things out, it's going to change society. Um, Society right now is in a real transitional moment. And I have my theories as to why it is so chaotic right now. We are transitioning. So, well, thank you. Well, that's kind of why I did this show. See, I look purple on my monitor now. When I lean back here, the lighting make me look purple, but this is sort of my real skin tone here. That's funny. Oh yes, I always sing for people's birthdays. With all the stuff we go through, we damn well deserve it, don't we? Somebody ought to. How old are you now? Please don't have a cow. Or let's see, what was it when we were kids? Happy birthday to you. Please don't catch the flu, because if you do, and if you do, don't give it to me too. Remember that? Oh yeah. Kids are like that. Okay, thank you. I think I look purple, but that's okay. Purple is not bad. Kind of periwinkle now. Periwinkle blue, my real color. See, you guys all fighting about black and white and brown and yellow and all that, and tan and whatever. Well, what about we blue people? We're a real minority. I feel minimized. I've been minimized. I'm telling you, I've been minimized. And now I'm triggered. I'm triggered and minimized. And I demand restitution. Oh God. And so these people demanding restitution, and you follow, it's so weird because I mean, and this is just a fact. You follow slavery back far enough, you find out that Africans were enslaving Africans first before they were selling them to anybody else. They were enslaving other Africans. And then they would sell them, like cattle. So, okay, go get restitution. If you can find those families in Africa that caught you in the first place and then sold you off. And then it's been found that there were already Black people living here on this continent. And they were Native Americans. There are literally Black Native Americans. Karameo Aho, I think is his name. Aho. Has a site that's dedicated to that, to saying, look, Black and white people were everywhere. Okay, they were all over the place. There are even blue-eyed, blonde-haired people in the Arabian countries. There is a group of them. Yes, there are still. And the only reason they still exist is because they kind of live separate. Because, dark hair is a dominant gene. So anytime the light-haired, light-eyed people mix with the dark-haired, then you're going to get a predominance of dark-haired, dark-eyed, because that's the dominant gene. So the only blondes that are left there are from a religious group that's been very insular. But they exist, and they've existed there for a long, long time, and they aren't settlers. So there you go. Just for your information. Yep. You gotta go. Okay. But everybody was enslaved. Then Irish need compensated too. They were enslaved too. And did you know that black people had black slaves? And white slaves. Slavery was very popular. Anybody could be a slave. Black, white, not just black people. It's historically true. You can find this out. I'm not lying. I don't have anything against anybody. I'm just saying. Everybody's been enslaved. The Hebrews were slaves, definitely. We have a whole big account of that. And we do have accounts of even Native American slaves and Native American slavers too, and Chinese Chinese slavers, and Irish people were another type of an indentured servant that had a forever contract. That was pretty much a slave. They were owned forever. So what do you call that? So did rich black people. Had at least one. Most of them had at least one. I hate to tell you, historically. And you know what else? Obama was not the first African American president. Abraham Lincoln was. Did you know? Abraham Lincoln wasn't white. They just make him look white. Somebody did a deep dive on this. Abraham Lincoln was not a white man. Makes sense now. Why it was during his administration that things changed, and then why he was shot. Things are not as we've been told. Things are not as we've been told. We have been told a bunch of gobbledygook, garbage, and lies. And we have about everything, and it's only meant to divide us. Because if we ever decide that we're not going to be divided and we're going to work together, they're all out of business. They're all out of business. Right? No, Abe was black. But they had a different classification. He was not technically black, although he was Negro. Go figure that out. It was a different classification. Apparently, they had different classifications than we are even told about these days. Somebody did a dive into this and really was like, whoa, some people with dark skin were not considered black. They were considered Negro. That was different, though, back then, I guess. Weird, huh? We're never told that. See, there's so many things that we're not told. But if somebody digs deep enough, you'll find all these discrepancies. All these discrepancies and why? To benefit somebody, right? Not us. Not to benefit us. Yeah, he would have been probably, I think I remember them saying he was mixed. So, and he became president, so Obama cannot claim that. Nope. He is not the first president of color. Mm-mm. Sorry. Abe Lincoln did it first. Can't claim it. But they'll say that. They'll tell you that. See how they are? They've made him look white. But they've made a lot of them look, they made a lot of leaders. There were many black leaders that they made, they whited them. They white faced them in the history books. They showed plenty of examples of black kings, monarchs, leaders of all kinds that were white faced, whitewashed. It's like, gosh. And in Europe, too. In Europe. I'm like, holy cow. We might as well just face it and throw in the towel. Everything we know is wrong. Everything we think we know is wrong. Everything we've been told is wrong. Everything. Everything we have been told about our history is probably way off. It's terrible. Yeah, tell me it was alien. You know what? I'd almost believe it myself these days, as crazy as things really are. I mean, the more we look into things, the crazier they look. The more people really dive into our history, the weirder it gets, man. Just keeps getting weirder, man. And I'm like, what the hell do we know? Nothing. Not really anything much. What they want us to know. That's what we know. All we know is what they want us to know. For somebody's reason, somebody's agenda. That's all we know. Yeah. And Kennedy, he wanted to out some of the, he wanted to out the military industrial complex. See, anybody who wants to out somebody underhanded, and they're going to get it. They're going to get it. That's just the way it works. And it's been for a long time now. Maybe since beginning. That story was about Washington and the cherry tree. He would not tell a lie. I cannot tell a lie. That was Washington. And his dentures weren't really wooden, I guess. I guess he didn't really have wooden dentures. I forget what they said it was really, but they weren't really wood. And he had a kind of a low, raspy voice that you could barely hear. That's how he was described. And did you know that when they put the Constitution together and signed it, most of them, their average age was about 18 to 20? The founding fathers were barely old enough to be fathers. You know what I'm saying? You know, They were just old enough to be fathers, but not very much beyond it. It's like, yeah, they were young people. Weird. Hmm? Weird to think. 18-year-old, 20-year-old kid drafting the Constitution, helping to draft it anyway. Interesting, huh? Weird. Cadaver bone. I think it might have been something like that. Ugh. Yeah, the difference between then and now, emotional. Yeah. Doesn't that make you wonder what the hell happened? What the hell happened? Now, I don't want to piss anybody off, but anything you know about history, it's probably bullshit. 99% of it's bullshit. We have been so lied to. It's just sad. That's woo. I guess it falls under the title, under the heading of woo, because, you know, people don't know this. And why are we so misled? That falls under the heading of trying to keep us under control. That's all it's about, I think. Yeah, I agree, love. Dumbed us down to make us dependent. True. Yep, they were a bunch of rebellious youths. Why do you think? Now it starts to make sense, huh? Why they dumped the tea in the bay and all that, why a lot of this stuff happened, how this was happening, yeah. Most of them were young people, young rebellious people, young rebels. Kind of makes sense now. So when the kids say they're a bunch of old white men, it's like not really. No, they were more your age. So yeah, it's like that's just one more thing. It's like how many other things? Well, everything. Everything. Go to Kamehameha Host channel. He shows you the stuff. He'll show you the facts. Black Indians. Some of you didn't even come from Africa. Some of the black people in this continent didn't even come from Africa. They're already here. Go figure that out. No, they were in the Native Americans. And, well, remember when they first looked at America, it's the same way as what they did with Australia. They told them that there weren't any civilized people here. That was an excuse to conquer, right? Because if there aren't any civilized people, then you can take their land. If they're just primitives, then you have a right to take their land. And that they did the same thing in Australia. There were people there. The Aborigines were already there. Then they tried to say there was nobody there. Nobody lived there. They do that every freaking time. And you know what they're going to do? They'll probably try doing it with Mars. Nobody lives there. They're trying to do it already. They've got everybody convinced nobody lives there. I think somebody lives there. I think somebody already lives there. Crimea, Ohio, and I think it's spelled, let me see if I can do this. Something like, it's spelled something like that. He goes into all this. And I'm Cherokee. I'm not very proud of the fact that, guess what? Cherokees were slave owners. Yep, they were big into the slave business. Partly, they were upset because they were forced on the Trail of Tears. They're very upset with the government for being forced onto the Trail of Tears. And there's a lot of stories based on that. And a lot of them became slave owners and very influential ones. Not very proud of that, but really, for most of humanity's history, people had slaves. Romans had slaves, Egyptians had slaves, the ancients had slaves. And that may even be, that's as far back if you believe in the Anunnaki, they had slaves. It's only been recently that we've been, and it was just accepted. Oh, yeah, slaves. Yeah, that's going to happen. It's only been recently that we've decided we don't like that it's not right. That's a modern thing. Yeah. Humans have always owned each other for some reason. They just possibly handed down from the Anunnaki. Well, in recent days, we've decided it isn't right, but I mean, for most of human history that we know of, there have been people owning slaves somewhere and thinking it's perfectly normal. Yeah, Anunnaki, Anunnaki. Yeah, it's not right, but we've only recently come to that conclusion. Well, and I guess some of us came to that conclusion, but if you've come to that conclusion and you get yourself enslaved, it's just too freaking late, isn't it? Yeah, then it's just a little too late. Yeah, indentured servants were just about the same thing. And remember, slaves, even black slaves, could buy their freedom or work for their freedom. They could buy or work their way out of slavery. That was possible. And there were many who did, and then turned around and bought slaves. It's true. You can look this up. In fact, this just blew my hair back. The first guy to own African slaves was a black man. I forgot his name. It's like, and I gotta look that up again. But yeah, I'm like, what? Yeah, the first guy to partake in that was a black man. Well, over in Africa, it was normal to have slaves. You either enslaved them or you killed them. You know, there's a tribe that you want their land, or you want something of theirs. You either enslaved them or killed them. That was the two choices. Well, you could talk to them and maybe make a friendship with them, but, you know, not everybody wanted to do that. No, of course it doesn't make it right. Of course it doesn't. Now we have this concept of sovereign being. Of course. Now we look at it and it's like we're horrified. Well, I'll let you find the sources on those channels because I got to look it up again. But I was just like, what? But it showed it. I'm trying to remember what book it was in from the time that some of the, I mean, if you look through, there are still history books that'll tell you these things. Also, will show you that our maps were rewritten, that our maps originally showed a lot more continents than we now have. It's another lie. How did that happen? Yeah, they knew what Antarctica looked like. That's another thing. Some of the old maps, the Perry Reese maps, they'll give you the shape of the continent of Antarctica, even though it's been covered in ice and you can't see it for a long time. They'll show you the shape of it on the Perry Reese map. And a lot more continents than what we have now on our maps. So how did that happen? And then they'll give you a description of what you find there. Weird, I know. Where in the heck are we? Yeah, there are places where it still exists. And even places where the people who are enslaved want it that way. They don't want to take care of themselves. They don't want to do. There are literally people who like being enslaved. And I found that out because, you see, I was told that one of my purposes here of coming here was free the slaves. hmm When I asked, the first time I asked, the answer was learn. The second time, when I felt the energy shift, the answer was teach. The third time I asked, when I felt the energy shift again, it was free the slaves. And I said, what slaves? We freed the slaves in this country, didn't we? No, we're all slaves. I looked into many kinds of slavery, even the BDSM kind of slaves, and the BDSM kind of slaves want to be slaves. They like it. They just do. I don't know why. But there are many, many slaves still here, and we're them. If you think about it, can you live without working somewhere? Can you get off the planet by yourself? Can, how much are you not allowed to do? How many restrictions are on you? Yeah, you're owned. Yeah. Yeah. I forget too what the exact statistics are, but it's still very, very much existent in an overt way and then in a covert way. Like I said, when I looked really into this and took a deep dive into the facts, I woke up one day after kind of a restless night with facts rolling around in my head, all these things rolling around in my head, and I woke up and I said, "Holy cow." I was talking to somebody about it, about something, and it was not even related. And then I realized as I was sitting there talking to him about something modern, I realized, wait a minute, could it be that we're slaves? You know, you may be a slave if. Are we animals down on the farm because we're being milked and fleeced all the time? We're being told what we can do and what we can't do. We got a built-in little fence keeping us in here, not letting us go out. And most of all, we're not allowed to know that we're being farmed, it's a big no-no. So you tell me. Hmm. Sure. Yeah. Know what? I think it's about that time, folks. I've been on for nearly 2.5 hours. And, you know, I think it's about time for me to get off and do a few things that I want to do too. I might want to do a little celebrating of my own before I go to sleep. Well, thank you. I appreciate you, Lovey. I appreciate you too. And I appreciate you, Circle K, and I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you guys, or I wouldn't be doing a show on this night because I try to keep my promises as much as possible. That's what makes us sane people. Because if we have differing views and can't talk it out, that's nutsarama to me. That tips me off that you're a nutball and I can't hang with you at all. Now, if we can have vastly different ideas and still be able to calmly talk it out and be friends, then that's great. I don't mind if you don't agree with me. But if we can't talk about why we feel that we're right, that ain't good. Yeah. Right. Merry Christmas. Love and joy to you too. And to you, your wassail too. Let's go get some wassail. You know what wassail was, yeah. That'd warm me up. Yeah. There's usually alcohol in the wassail too. Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay. I love you guys. I want you to know that I'll try to keep my word as much as possible and be here when I say I'm going to be here as much as possible. I'm going to be here Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays at 10 Eastern as much as is possible as the tech and stuff. But now, with this new dimension of tech that I have available to me, I now this still isn't great. This isn't a laptop, but it is something that I can show other tabs with. So I have different things that I can do now. So now I can do a much more varied show. And so in this new year, I plan on doing a lot of things different, but I'm going to keep coming in 3 times a week to see you. The truth is where you find it. I hope you're finding some on my show. And I want to remind you that you are a divine creator being. So create well and wisely. And remember, you are choosing the future. So choose wisely. Everything you do, every thought you think, every breath you take, it's you're creating the future. You and me. So create wisely. And be sure to tell people that you love them because many of them are leaving, and I've had many leave just this last year. And it looks like many more are going to be leaving. It's going to be kind of fast. In some instances, there will be some things that it will be pretty fast. A lot of people leaving at once. I'm not looking forward to it because I'm an empath and I'm going to feel it. I felt it the last I didn't know what I was feeling, but that makes sense now. If you've been having Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you, if you've been having issues, headaches, or whatever, for the last few days, it's probably the sun, the coronal ejections causing CMEs, pressing on the magnetosphere, because somehow if you're sensitive, you're going to feel that. So, um, you probably okay, I'm not saying don't go to a doctor, but that would be a good reason that you would feel kind of yuck, or maybe people would be acting weird, is because that really does affect us. Our magnetosphere, we're hooked to it. Hey, think about it. Iron in our blood, right? Our blood has iron in it. Magnetosphere, magnet. Okay, when something affects it, it affects us. I was thinking about that today. Maybe I'll talk about that one day. Okay, take care. Love y'all. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend.